Excellent. So, just done setting this up in Facebook. Welcome to the guided meditation and the discussion this evening. Hope everyone is doing well in this time of a little turmoil in this country, especially after George Floyd's death. People are protesting. We are doing this meditation in solidarity with people who are angry, who are affected, who are suffering, who feel vulnerable at this time in many ways. The message of the Buddha is peace and love. So, cultivating peace and love is what we do through our meditation and through radiating loving kindness to the entire world. I think it is very important that we all um, join these people, and this is a way uh, to show our respect in whatever way we can. So we are also connected, although we are staying home, safe, but some are not, as you have clearly seen on different media. So join me in guided meditation, and we will go into details after the meditation. So I will start with the 5 precepts. You may turn off your mics so that we stay undisturbed during the meditation. Let me see whose mic is turned on. Perfect. Everyone's mics are turned off. We will start with the 5 precepts. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang saranang gacchami, dhammang saranang gacchami, sanghang saranang gacchami, dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami, dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Panatipata Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. Adinnadana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. Kamesu Michchāchāra Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. Musavada Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. Excuse me. Suramiraya Majjapama Datthana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Let's start the meditation with the bell. Please close your eyes and sit comfortably. Adjusting your body for a quiet time of meditation and reflection. You will notice what this body is doing. This body is not basically doing much. Body is now learning to sit still. Sitting still is very important for this meditation. Please begin scanning your body from head to toes, relaxing the top of your head, your forehead, relaxing the muscles behind your head, the back of your head, the muscles on your face, relaxing. Your eyes are resting. Above your neck, all the parts of your body, including your earlobes, are relaxed. Any anxiety signal, bodily ailments, afflictions, move away from these unsettling feelings. Below your neck, including the neck, you are resting relaxed. Your shoulders also. Please adjust if you have to. They are not too tight, not too loose, just perfectly relaxed. And your spine aligned with your neck and the head in a straight line. You may not fall asleep during this guided meditation. You can now feel your chest's movements as you inhale and exhale. Your arms and your palms, your fingers also resting and relaxed. Notice your stomach relaxing, your waistline, the pelvis area also perfectly resting and relaxed. Muscles pressed against the seat, allow them to relax, allowing the blood circulation to happen naturally. If you don't have to change anything, if you can put up with any feeling, please remain still. If your body is requiring any movements, you may do so as you need to make peace with this body. If you can remain calm and quiet and stilled, that is wonderful. Further down your thighs, your knees, your shin bones, pay attention to these. Also your ankles and the toes and the soles of your feet. Rooted to the ground, allow the ground to bear the weight of your body, of your seated, your chair, your cushion. Allow your entire body's weight to fall on this earth. Let the body be. Now take a deep breath in and release. Another one, please. Mindfully, you breathe in. Mindfully, you breathe out. You have now moved away from the activities of your sense doors, not seeing, not paying attention to what you hear outside these instructions, not tasting, not smelling, not much physical sensations that are disturbing you, and not thinking. When all these six sense doors are thus inactive, you have an opportunity to relax. From relaxing, getting freedom from them. Don't try to be a hero. You may not win over having thoughts. Thoughts are always coming and going, but you are not running after them. Let them be. So all you do now is mindfully breathing in, mindfully breathing out. Each breath is important. Whenever you get distracted, come back to your breathing exercise. Feel the coolness of your fresh air coming in and the feelings of the air that goes out. Breathe in, experiencing long breath. Breathe out, experiencing long breath. Breathe in, experiencing short breath. Breathe out, experiencing short breath. Breathe in, sensitive to the whole body. Breathe out, sensitive to the whole body. Breathe in and breathe out, tranquilizing this body, allowing it to disappear, and slowly moving to your mind, just your awareness. You are sensitive to the body, but you don't get involved. Bodily tranquility is very, very, very important. You breathe in and breathe out, allowing the body to calm down completely as far as possible. You breathe in, breathe out, tranquilizing mental formations. The thoughts, all you do is to be aware of the inhaling and exhaling process. Gladdening the mind, you breathe in and breathe out. To allow your mind to grab onto something like joy and peace that arose from this freedom from senses.
This is what should be done by one who is skilled in goodness and who knows the path of peace. Let them be able and upright, straightforward and gentle in speech, humble and not conceited, contented and easily satisfied, unburdened with duties, and frugal in their ways, peaceful and calm and wise and skillful, not proud and demanding in nature. Let them not do the slightest thing that the wise would later reprove, wishing in gladness and in safety. May all beings be at ease, whatever living beings there may be, whether they are weak or strong, omitting none, the great or the mighty, medium, short or small, the seen and the unseen, those living near and far away, those born and to be born. May all beings be at ease. Let none deceive another, or despise any being in any state. Let none through anger or ill will wish harm upon another, even as a mother protects with her life her child, her only child, so with a boundless heart should one cherish all living beings, radiating kindness over the entire world, spreading upwards to the skies and downwards to the depths, outwards and unbounded, free from hatred and ill will, whether standing or walking, seated or lying down, free from drowsiness. One should sustain this recollection. This is said to be the sublime abiding, by not holding to fixed views, the pure-hearted one, having clarity of vision, being freed from all sense desires, is not born again into this world.
Okay, and like I'd like to make a correction. Like illusion is not the correct way when we translate the word moha. Delusion is the I think the most commonly used translation for moha. Somebody asked a question in email to clarify the singular word that any countryman could use for this word, moha. So when you look at a dictionary, you find maya as a word. Maya meaning illusion. Illusion illusions are usually born in your mind, um, like the mirage or something that doesn't exist, but you think there is water somewhere, so animals run towards that direction, thinking that there is water, um, and that perception ultimately leads to the death. So in Buddhism, moha. So if you look at, scholars don't really use Wikipedia, but we are not scholars, so we will use Wikipedia for, you know, for a brief introduction on moha. So the Sanskrit word is also moha, and Tibetan phonetic is timuk. So this has been there before Buddhism. So it's also a Vedic concept. So they use this for affliction or poison, refers to delusion, confusion, dullness. So when you are deluded, you should not be making any decisions. When you are afflicted by fear, you should not be making a decision. When you are afflicted by anger, you should not be making a decision. And you can see now why the Buddha highlighted this one, this teaching as very, very, important teaching among the three root causes of defilements. So the first one is lobha, that is greed, and the second one is dvesha, dosa. Dvesha is also like Sanskrit and Sinhalese words, but dosa is the Pali, like anger. And moha is the third one, third root of defilements. When you are deluded, you are not making uh, that delusion is the opposite of your wisdom. So prajna is the opposite of vidya. Vidya is truth. Avidya is ignorance. And so vidya and avidya are like moha and amoha. Moha is delusion. Amoha is non-delusion in Buddhist context. So moha along with raga means greed, sensual attachment, and dvesha are unskillful roots, which means akusala roots that refer to tanha, that lead to tanha. Tanha is craving. So in the Buddhist thought, which is part of the 12 nidanas. So tanha is part of 12 nidanas, independent origination. The Pali word is paticca samuppada. In that, tanha is one of the 12 links. So it is symbolically present as the pig in the center of Tibetan Bhava Chakra drawing. So here is the Bhava Chakra drawing of the Tibetans. It's a tanka, very famous tanka. So in that there is a pig in the center. So where is my pig? I had it opened. I think it's below. If you see, if you look at this, there is a pig in here. So these three, the bird, the Garuda bird, I think, and the snake, these are the three poisons, Lobha, Dvesha, Moha. So these are very old Tanka paintings. Uh, See, use three animals. At the center of the wheel, this is that wheel, Sansara wheel. In that, you find a pig, a snake, and a rooster. The pig symbolizes, oh, the pig symbolizes greed, according to this explanation. Snake symbolizes anger and hatred. So that is Dvesha. And the rooster symbolizes ignorance or moha. So that's opposite, that's slightly different way of, whatever. These three animals symbolizes the three root causes of craving or defilements. So that is moha. I think the rest is just, if you go deep into the discussion of moha, when you look at, for example, when you look at a car and you break it into pieces, and now you don't say it is a car. Looking at it, the image of the car doesn't come in your, it doesn't arise in your mind. So there's only pieces of junk. So it is that delusion, uh, when you look at that form, you have labeled it, something that looks like this is a car. And so when someone has made a wrong decision in Sri Lanka, we say that man has, mulavela, mohin mulavela. That man has, made a decision based on delusion. So he's deluded, that he's tricked by someone. So he could not make the right decision. So these words are being used commonly in day-to-day language. So someone who is a foolish person is called Mogha Purisa. So Mogha Purisa is someone who made a foolish decision, to be friends with foolish people sometimes, to be close to people who are doing evil things. So this happens when you are afflicted by the three causes: greed, hatred, and delusion. All right, so any questions based on that? Feel free to use the chat box if you are shy to, or if you don't want to ask a question in public. I think for you, I would recommend reading Ambalattika Rahulovada Sutra. So that is instructions to Rahula by the Buddha. In that, the Buddha somewhere here says, your verbal action, when you are making, when you are, say, this is, let me go back, not about, so when you have done a bodily action, if you look at this part, you should reflect on it. This bodily action I have done, did it lead to self-affliction? Did it put me in trouble? Did it put others in trouble, to the affliction of others, or both? Was it an akusala or unskillful bodily action with painful consequences, painful results? And if on reflection you know that it led to self-affliction, to the affliction of others, or to both, it was an unskillful bodily action with painful consequences, painful results. So whether it is bodily, mental, or verbal, the Buddha gives you the autonomy. You are responsible to make this reflection and reflect on these actions, whether it is bodily, mental, the entire human experience, your thoughts are mental actions. If these are causing you pain, then you should not do it. If this is causing somebody else pain, you should not do it. When I was studying in the Dhamma school, this is what taught me to discipline myself, learning these things. Usually, five precepts are about, your reflection should be this way. If whatever I do that is outside of five precepts, that is not disciplinary, that would cause troubles to me and to others. If you tell a lie, if you harm someone, if you have anger, any of that could be a trouble for you. If that is so, you abstain from doing it. So it's a filter for us to be clear. So I think if you read this entire discourse, this is the Buddha asking us to reflect on each action you do. And like, for example, now uh, George Floyd's case, if you are breaking stores with anger, it is causing pain for others. It is causing pain for yourself because you are angry. And this definitely does not solve the problem. So if you are making like the police officers who joined the protests, by lowering their heads and hands and arms, and that man, those police officers, they are supporting these. They are in a way uh, sitting in solidarity with people who are afflicted. So they are not causing any. That kind of thinking really is helpful to yourself. It sets an example for everybody. So I'm not criticizing anybody sitting in, here in Michigan. But again, this is, if you want to apply Buddha's teachings, this is telling us what to really do. Um, if on reflection you know that it led to self-affliction, to the affliction of others, or to both, it was an unskillful bodily action, then the Buddha says, you should confess it, reveal it, lay it open to the teacher or to a knowledgeable companion in the holy life. This is when you need to have good friends so you can talk to them. Having confessed it, you should exercise restraint in the future. So you abstain from doing it. Exercising restraint means you are now restrained, your senses are restrained. But if on reflection you know it did not lead to affliction, that it was a skillful bodily action with pleasant consequences, pleasant results, then you should stay mentally refreshed and joyful. So it's rewarding to you, training day and night in skillful mental qualities. So it's lovely. This is where you yourself make right decisions based on reflection, and if it was wrong, you confess to a wise friend who does not cause you more trouble, and then you restrain yourself. Looks like there is a question, um, or something popped up in the chat box. How do I see it? Do you have the link for this sutta? Yes, let me share it with you right now. So everyone can see the link. This is the Rahulovada Sutra, the Buddha advising his son. His son might have been very small, like 7 years old or 8, because he was ordained when he was 7. And the Buddha found simplest ways to teach him, but these are very, very helpful, useful teachings for anybody. And finally, um, I'm grateful to Thomas Griffith for building this website for me. It's beautiful. So it has lots of things. Uh, you can see it. He developed with the help of his mom and dad and getting instructions from his dad. So he put a lot of pictures. He asked for these from me. And there's an about section. If you open it in a mobile section, there are 3 lines here that you can click on and then go to upcoming events. So this is the event that I wanted to talk about. This is Buddhism and Stoicism. My friend from Harvard, Michael Prettyman, he's an artist. He was also a student. He graduated a year before me from Harvard Divinity School. And he and I are, he's also a professor. He's teaching in Hunt's College. And he and I will be doing a discussion. So this is a fundraiser for Tibetan village, my monastic hometown, where my teacher and many monastic brothers live in Sri Lanka, in South Sri Lanka. So you are welcome to join this event. The details are found in thinkolio.org and dialogue between Buddhism and Stoics. I will not mention anything about the event other than that this is a fundraiser, and if you are curious, please come and join. If you have questions, please let me know. Um, so um, But our plan is to provide $20 worth dry food supply to people in that village. My teacher will talk to the village headman, Grama Sevaka, and get the names of people who are needy. Usually there are people who survive on daily wages of less than $3 income, and now because of the pandemic, they did not, they could not go to labor random jobs or jobs they were doing. So their families, children, they are affected by this. So my teacher provided supply as much as possible. When I talked to him, he told me, if you have a way, you may send any support, and that he will get 50 names of families and provide these dry supplies. Sometimes it could include things like 10 kg of rice. They eat a lot of rice in Sri Lanka, and some vegetables and lentils and salt and flour like stuff. So that's our goal. And the event is happening on Friday, June 5th, this coming Friday at 8 p.m. It will go up to 90 minutes. So I have joined one of these events before when he was teaching about 3-4 weeks ago. So this is another new event that both of us are doing together. So I previously joined as a guest, but this as a teacher now doing this. I'm very excited about this event. So Stoicism, if you don't know much about it, please come and learn. So if you know a little bit about Socrates, their European philosophy, I think it's called Hellenistic philosophy. They are a little bit like 100 years after the Buddha, around 5th century. Buddha is from the 6th century before Christ. So these two philosophies originated in two different geographical locations, but we will find if there are similarities in some of its teachings. There cannot have any perfect similarities, but we will find out. And this has a link to the projects we have done. I will include more in here. And this has a link to the teachings, different teachings I have given, and also the Pali program I taught in St. Louis over a semester. And this has a link to the translations I have done, some Sri Lankan retreats, Sangha retreats, and the books translations, and a glimpse to the travels in different places. So please go and take a look. And for these projects, you also have a donation through PayPal. It's being set up, but it's active. So thank you so much for the opportunity to meditate together. And so Bhante Sankicha is also doing fine, and he will be doing the SIL program from Sri Lanka. That is happening on 7th of June, coming Sunday. He will lead the meditation, and the whole program has been sent out from the temple. It went out yesterday. And Bhante Sankicha's mom is also doing great. So that's happy news. So Bhante Sankicha's plan is to come on July, early July, if the airports open in Sri Lanka. But he's happy that he's able to do programs online. He and I will be teaching a program for kids on Saturday, coming Saturday, and the links will be shared on how to join on that day. So anything else? I think other than that, we monks went to the Fonseca Community Center. We did a lot of hard work on lawn mower, and now there are constructions going on where there was a daycare site, there was a roof damage. So insurance companies are working on repairing it. So we had to move about some 150 chairs from one place to another, but it gave us exercise. So we are happy about that. P3 managed to kind of cover the entire lawn mower work within half day in an afternoon. So that is fulfilling that we need to maintain both places now. Here also in Beach Road property, we do the same work, and people are welcome to offer dry food supply, or if you have any special intention, please communicate with us if you are offering any dana. There is an opportunity for that. 1-2 families have done that so far with using precautions. They would bring food and drop through the wooden door and do their own puja, and they would leave with minimum contact with monks. So if they feel safe to do that, they are welcome to. So an announcement has been made through the temple about this. So Ada is asking, can you repeat the time for Friday? It's 8 p.m. Friday the 5th, 8 p.m. So I think it's accessible on thinkolio.org website. Dialogue between Buddhism and Stoicism. That's it. So thank you. Happy meditation. Yeah, we will end the program here.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you. Thank you, Bhante. Take care.
You're welcome. Take care.